y'all, welcome back to Harmon Homestead. So I'm out at the garden. I wanted to show you guys this really quick today. This is the easiest way to grow squash vertically. Check it out. So this is our no potting mix bed, compost bed. I want you to see over in here my squash plants. Now these are bush beans all surrounding these plants, and inside this cage I have tomatoes, and I planted squash on the outside. And it has literally trained itself up the tomato cage. It's shading the tomato, it's getting shade, it's working on every cage. I planted this on the outside, so if you don't have a fence, if you don't have a trellis, plant squash just like that at the bottom of your tomato cage and let it run up it. Now, what I like is how it's intertwined itself in the center. You could put squash seed in the ground and put the cage around it and let it run up it on its own. But it's like it's twined in there. Look at that huge squash. We have got to pick these. But it's just trained itself in the cage. Look at this one. I mean, and this is just on the side of the cage. I tied these probably 3 weeks ago, and that's it. I've not done anything. Now there's one that's kind of flopped over here because he's so heavy with squash everywhere down in there. And see, that one didn't get pollinated with a brown tip. But they're literally training themselves into the cage. Look at that one. So if you've got nothing but a tomato cage, you can grow squash vertically, and you can see with companion planting, you can grow it right beside a tomato plant. They just are in harmony together. I like it. I've not seen any powdery mildew. They're doing great. And if you see the space that takes up, vertical gardening, compared to these that are on the ground and how big they are. So the cage just makes the squash plant, see the difference? Just smushed together. And it's so easy this way. You could put, I mean, a ton of these together, closely together, and get more of a harvest. So this is vertical gardening. This is raised bed gardening. This is compact intercropping. But guys, it's working. It's working beautifully. And I've said before, all the bush beans here, they provide nitrogen, so it's just like this stuff's getting free fertilizer constantly and shooting on up. But I could not be any happier with my squash plants by the tomato cage. They're growing themselves up the side and into it. You could do this with zucchini as well, but this is just a quick little tip to show you how to grow squash vertically. We'll see you guys next time on Harmon Homestead.